Hi, 7th grade. This is Mrs. C. Have you ever been reading an article or a book and halfway through it you think, wait, what am I reading? What is this text saying? Well, today we're going to be answering that question using a strategy called GIST. Using this strategy, GIST, you will be able to determine central ideas of an informational text, and you'll be able to show your understanding of that text by creating a summary. So what is a gist? A gist is basically your initial sense of what the text is mostly about. After reading a book or a section of an article, you want to stop and think, who or what is that text or part of the text mostly about? Then you want to think about the most important information related to that who or what, and then you want to put it all together in 10 to 15 words. To break it down even further, when you're thinking about the who or what, you're basically looking for a person or a thing. It could be a really important person, a political figure, for example, or the main character in a story. And then also, it could be a very important event, a very important date, or just an object. Then you want to think about, what does the text say about this person or this thing? And you want to put those two pieces of information in a brief sentence all together to create your gist. If this sounds very familiar, it is because you're basically finding the central idea of what you just read. And finding the central idea helps us process the information that we just read in order to understand what the text is about. So here, Day 9, titled Columbus and the Taino, you are tasked with closely reading an excerpt set, and then after reading those excerpts, you have to answer some questions based on conclusions from that reading. The GIST strategy is a reading strategy that's going to help you a lot in finding out what this text is about before you draw any conclusions about the text. So here we're going to model the thinking and the gist creating based on the first excerpt set of this lesson. We're going to read the two texts in each column, and then we're going to go through the whole process in order to create a gist. So let's start on the left column. Columbus's Diary, 1492, from Medieval Sourcebook. Here follow the precise words of the Admiral. As I saw that they were friendly to us, and perceived that they could be much more easily converted to our holy faith by gentle means than by force, I presented them with some red caps and strings of beads to wear upon the neck, and many other tries of small value, wherewith they were much delighted, and became wonderfully attached to us. So after reading that section of the text, we want to think about, who or what is this mostly about? Well, it's the Admiral talking about a group of people. Then we want to think about, what is the most important information we receive about that who or what? So in this case, what is the most important information that we receive about the Admiral and the group of people? We know that the Admiral has given these people gifts, and that this was done in order to convert them or to change their beliefs. So those two pieces of information together, I'm going to put it in my own words, and my gist will look something like, the Admiral gave gifts to a group of people in order to change their beliefs. Looks simple enough, right? Let's try it again. Let's read the second column, and then we'll go through the same process and then create the gist. Encounter by Jane Yolen. But the strangers behaved almost like human beings, for they laughed, too, and gave in return tiny smooth balls the color of sand and sea and sun, strung upon a thread, and they gave hollow shells with tongues that sang chinga-chunga, and they gave woven things that fit upon a man's head and would cover a boy's ears. So what is this part of the text mostly about? Well, this is about the gifts that were received, and they describe them in great detail. So this makes me believe that they've never seen these before. So now we're going to take those two pieces of information and put them together to create our gist. The gifts were things they have never seen before. Notice how the gists are very short, very concise, and straight to the point. We want them between 10 to 15 words because we want to be able to refer back to them if we need to look back of our notes or refresh our memory about the text prior to answering an extended response or anything like that. Now you're going to try it on your own. You're going to be reading the rest of the excerpt sets. And while you read, it'll be very beneficial for you to be able to take your notes and annotate within the slide as you read, looking for the gist every time. This is guaranteed to help you understand what you're reading while you're reading it.